Hello everyone, thank you for joining in. So we are continuing with the Workday talent sessions. So in the last session, if you remember, we have started with talent sessions, career development plan, and there are multiple topics, but we have last time we have completed the skills and experience topic, and today we are going to start with a new topic called career interest. So what does the career interest mean for you? So I'll be giving some of my own personal example. So prior to Workday, I have worked on mostly in SAP for the last 11 years, I will say, starting with one of the leading IT companies, followed by three big four companies where I was involved mostly in the implementation part of HRIS system like SAP HR, SAP SuccessFactors and all. So then I moved to Workday and moved to in the sense at the same time I'm also working on other projects in the SuccessFactors as well. But I have an aspiration, I have a career interest that I don't want to be a typical project manager over a period of time. I had an interest to move towards an architect role, to become a enterprise architect kind of a role. And for that, I have already planned 4 years back. I have gone for invested on my own on a TOGAP certifications, that is enterprise architecture certification to understand how does it look. And also I've started networking with architects in the virtual networking setup and physical networking events in Delhi and all three reasons. So I invested in that because I had an interest. Similarly, whenever you are pursuing a career, you can have also always have a career interest. What will be you are passionate about it. So that things you can mention in the career interest part. And also at the same time, are you ready for relocation? Are you ready for all those mobilities and all those topics will be coming later on? But significantly, what is your priority? In which learning path you would like to move on? You can also have a discussion with your manager or and all. So that is something called career interest, I will say. So now let's see what Workday says. So same thing, it can be job interest, it can be skill interest, it can be travel preferences, it can be relocation preferences. All these things can be added to your profile and it can be called as your career interest. Okay. So when I say career interest, these are the four things you can come up. Okay. So now this is again a 5-step process. So whenever you are doing this kind of exercise, first of all, you have to set up your career interest. You will create a public job catalog, then you share your travel and relocation preferences. And accordingly, if you're getting any opportunities, definitely you'll be getting all those things. Okay. Similarly, there is another concept called opportunity graph. Okay, what does it mean? So basically, it is a graphical report. No fancy AIML here. Simply to take your historical data and it will be check it out your historical job transitions your from the previous job to the current job and all. And accordingly, it will be providing your display. Okay. This is something called an opportunity graph. Okay. Now coming to the main topic. How do we do that? So that is again a task driven. We have something called create a public job catalog. So that is a task again. I think a create job profile is a task. Yeah. So rather create job profile or edit job profile is a task level. So we'll be just capturing what are the tasks we have to perform here. WD task, that is our workday task. And here we are mentioning that create job profile or edit job profile. It's very similar to the job profile builder, if you have remembered in SuccessFactors, right? Very similar to that. The next one is next task is we can see that public. Let's see, before we go there, we will check it out. How does it look like in our workday? So create our job profile. Okay, so if I go to create job profile, this is how does it look like, and it will be asking for a date from which date you would like to create it. Click OK, and this will be looking like this. Okay, job profile name. Let's say my favorite enterprise architect. The job profile, job code. Let me put it like AHR 00 one, include job code in the name, let's say, job title default, enterprise architect, restrict to country, let's say it's frequently used, let's say it is restricted to India. We have also US, United States of America. We have UK. Okay, UK. Okay, Ukraine came, not Ukraine. United Kingdom. It is there. Okay, so let's say at present these are the things. And if I would like management level, I want to say it is at a manager level. Yeah. Job level, let's say it is let's see what are the hierarchies are there. Individual contributor or manager, you can say. Let's say it is at present it is an IC8. Job family, let's see what are the options are here. Job families, it will be a engineering or enterprise, I can say engineering management kind of stuff. Not exactly, but the timing we'll put it here. Job category, direct. Company insider type. What else are there? Okay, United States officer insider. Referral payment plan. I don't think it's required. WhatsApp is not required. Suppose it's a public job. This is also mentioned in the workbook or in the documentation. So let's say it is a public. So these are the details. Whenever I'm creating a job profile, I do have maintained. And similar in the right hand side in job classification. Suppose I would like to classify by group or by location, I can do that. So these are different classifications. So let's say I'll just putting some random stuff. Okay. Okay, no, I don't think it's there. International standard. So many things are there. Okay, for the timing, let's say I will not be putting anything. Job profile summary, I can put it like here, job descriptions. So what I will do, I will be grabbing up a typical enterprise profile. I will just put it here. Job descriptions. Okay. Hmm. Rather take program, rather I will say generic one. I will put it. So program already defines what kind of a characteristics or what kind of roles you'll be having. You should be very good expert in communication, team building activities, all the stuff there here. So 46.7. So basically, enterprise architect has a responsibility for architecture design and documentation of a landscape technical reference model. He often leads a group of segment architects or solution architects to a given program. Focus of enterprise architecture to enterprise level business functions are required. Okay, so this is something I will say. I will mention it in our job profile summary. So this is the job profile summary, job description. I will put it here. So these are different responsibility. I can put it here like this. Just for an example, I'm not putting anything in details, just to make sure it looks correct. Okay, I don't think this copied. Okay, let me put it out for my LinkedIn. JD. Okay, no, this is the company actually. So either rather I will putting in a job. Enterprise architect. Yeah, so I'll just grab it and we can enter it here. Yeah. So this is how a typical JD for we can create or create a job profile in the Workday. Okay. So this is the process. I will click OK. And if it's a part of a union and all, so more many informations are here. You can see. So the pay rate, you can decide, you can difficulty. It's really hard to get a good enterprise architect for an organization. It's a critical job, definitely. Compensation rate wise, it is always a higher side. So let's say I'm putting on the higher side and higher side. Compensation grade profile, again, it is on the higher side. We can put it. Unions, I don't think, but if it is required and optional, then I will click it OK. So click done. This is an empty, but we can later on, we can fill it up. But this is how you can create a job profile. Okay. And you can add professional affiliation. So TOGAF. Okay, it's not there. But anyway, I will not be adding it here. So yeah. What is the process where exactly you can come and you can create all this stuff? Okay. So we can create all this. Not so difficult to understand. This is a task which we have already done in our thing, career interest sections. So what else is there? So again, so if you want to add anything policy related, activate pending security policies changes, you can do that. This is also again a task. Activate pending security policy change. Then from that task, you can operate all these things. Now coming to the setting of career interest. So here is interesting, maintain career preference task. This is a task we have to perform. Maintain career preference task. Maintain career preference task. Then we do maintain travel amounts task. Next one is relocations, maintain relocation search task. Relocation areas. Okay, so I don't think much is there. Concept interests, self users, business benefits. These are different business benefits whenever you are having all these things. And there is also a concept called consolidated interest, consolidated interest. There are some FAQs, you can read it. So I think that much. So let's now move on to the this to check all this four tasks, new more tasks. Activate pending security to policy changes. Let's say activate pending security policy, one of the tasks, and you can see that What is the security evaluation? Comment is M or something is written. So this is already inactivated. Active. Click OK. So this is already there. So let's move on to the next one. Next activity was to see maintain career preferences. Maintain career preferences. We will go there. Check it out. Maintain career preferences. Yeah, so this is one of the tasks. Let's see what is there. Okay, I don't think if anything is there. Nothing has been configured. So here you can give some example career preferences. Let's say my career preferences is to become an enterprise architect, or it can be with an IT EA001. Maybe another career preferences is I would like to also explore sometimes, not always, product owner. Okay, that can be also a career preference. Maybe pre-sales or say industry architect, industry specialist, IS001. It can be anything. I'm just putting some random example, whatever coming to my mind. You can, based on your organization, you can always talk to the client and you can, right? So this is something we can add it like this. Okay, so I'm not adding all those details, right? Okay, so this is the first part. The next one is after career preferences, as I have already talked about. We can also have a maintain travel amounts. What kind of amount of travel we will be having in your profile or your career? Because many times the jobs requires to travel you to outside because all the opportunities may not have in the same country. Okay, so again, this is a percentage scale, like whether you want 100%, 75%, 50%, 25%. As I always, before my, I will say when I was bachelor, so I always preferred 100% of time on travel, but now it has been shifted to almost 50 to 25% because I have to take care of my family more. I have to spend more time with the family. So again, over a period of time, your preference will increase or decrease. Okay, it's up to you. So that we can capture in the maintained travel amounts. Okay, so I'm not going to add anything because already whatever you are having is enough. So now the next one is maintain relocation areas. How frequently you are like to relocate. Okay, so that also we can capture it here. Maintain relocation areas. Yeah. So here we do have North America, Latin America, EMEA, APJ, all the things is covered, right? So I don't have to add anything here. So, but this is how where exactly you can maintain the relocation areas, right? So I think that's all in the career interest. But concept-wise, I really liked it. The concept of opportunity graph. Okay, you can read it about. So I will read the reading task, like I call it in Sanskrit, Swadhyaya. That is self-study. Swadhyaya means self-study. Okay, so this is a task for you to read about what is opportunity graph. You have to explore. You have to read those FAQs, right? So I will be putting it in different color so that you can understand, right? Opportunity graph. What is an opportunity graph? You have to make a note of it. Let's say put it in this color. Opportunity graph. Anyway, so this is for self-study. Now I think almost I'm done. I don't think, oh yeah. So interest views also you have to understand what is the consolidated interest, unconsolidated interest. What is the meaning of it? There are two types: consolidated, another is unconsolidated. Yeah. Okay. So these are the different tasks which I think you can go for it. I don't think is there anything else which are new for us. What is my next move is self-explanatory. I don't have to go through it. But you will, I'll always recommend 7.4.7. That's the concept. You must go through it before coming to the next sessions. Okay. So now I think we have done whatever we are supposed to complete today. And in the next sessions, we will be starting with something called Career Hub. Okay. What is the Career Hub? We will be starting from there. Okay. So till now, whatever we have covered, you just recap it. And in the next 4 sessions, we'll be completing this career development plan. So next 3 sessions, we'll be having career health, then we'll go for talent marketplace, career profile, mentor connection. 4 things we have lined up for you. Okay. So thank you for joining in. Hope I will see you in the next sessions for an exciting session. Okay. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Good night.